Hello, my dear friends. Once again, welcome to my YouTube channel Spark. I hope you all are doing well. And today, we are going to discuss about the topic human behavior, which is coming under Unit 2 of our syllabus. And this video might be a little bit lengthy because we have to cover more subtopics like normal and abnormal behavior, determinants and lifespan perspectives of human development, developmental tasks and hazards of different stages of a life like prenatal period, infancy, babyhood, childhood, puberty, adolescence and adulthood. So now we can move to the session. So let us see what is behavior. A behavior can be defined as a response or responses which is observed directly or indirectly. So the responses which is observed directly or indirectly are called behavior. So then what is normal and abnormal behavior? There are two types of behavior like normal and abnormal behavior. So first we can see what is normality or normal. Normal is seen as a good thing or something that is natural, regular or routine. So we can say something that is natural, regular or routine is termed as normal. And then what is normal behavior? Normal behavior is usually a common pattern of behavior which found among the general majority of people and is said to be a behavior of normal. And according to Cyril and Stephens in the year 2017, noted that normal was first conceptualized as a state of overall balance combining a variety of physical factors and mental factors and that were not fixed but did not conform to a single standard. So, Cyril and Stephens says that normal is a state of overall balance which is combining of variety of mental and physical factors and which were not fixed and did not conform to a single standard. So what is actually abnormal behavior? A behavior that can be considered abnormal when it violates social norms or makes others anxious, which is known as abnormal behavior. In this, behaviors and feelings that cause distress to the individual and others around them are considered abnormal. So, what we can consider abnormal as a behavior and feelings that cause distress to the individual or the others around them. And currently, in the DSM 5th edition, define abnormal behavior as a behavior that violates a norms in the society and the behavior which is maladaptive and which is rare given in the context of culture and environment and is causing a person distress in their daily life. It's a simple definition on abnormal behavior by DSM 5th edition. So behavior is behavior that violates the norms in the society and which is maladaptive and is also rare given in the context of two aspects, that is cultural and environment, and is causing the person distress in their daily life. And the study of abnormal behavior is also called abnormal psychology. So simply we can say like abnormal behavior is a behavior that deviates from what is expected and normal. So before moving to the stages of human lifespan, we can just discuss about two important concepts in development psychology, that is growth and development. So psychology defines growth as the physical change that a particular individual undergoes, whereas development as an overall growth of human throughout their lifespan. So in growth, it is a physical change and in the development, it is an overall growth of a human throughout their lifespan. And growth is not an immediate process and we can say it is a continuous process and the parts of the body continuously grow by giving proper nutrition it needs. Whereas development includes the understanding of how and why people change in terms of physical growth, intellectual, emotional, social and other aspects of human growth. So development includes understanding of how and why people change in different aspects or different aspects of growth. So next is developmental psychology. What is development psychology? Actually, it is a branch of psychology that deals with systematic psychological changes that a person experiences over the lifespan. and which is often referred as human development. And this development psychology is often referred as human development, and it is a branch of psychology that deals with systematic psychological changes that every person experiences over the lifespan. And development psychology, which is concerned with scientific understanding of age-related changes in the experiences and behavior. Developmental psychology is concerned with scientific understanding of age-related changes in the experience and behavior. Erik Erikson and Havinst appear to give a comprehensive picture of development of human individual from the infancy to old age. And this development psychology focuses not only on infants and young children, but also teenagers, adults, and older people. Next, we can discuss about stages of development. There are two important stages of development, that is prenatal development and postnatal development. Prenatal development includes all the changes that take place in the womb of the mother. Therefore, it is also called intrauterine development, and where uterus is the environment. So, in the prenatal development, uterus is the environment. Here, all the changes that take place in the womb of the mother, and therefore it is also known as intrauterine development. And next is postnatal development. Postnatal development refers to all the stages that follow after the birth till the end of the life. So now we can move to each stage of human lifespan in detail, like prenatal period, infancy, babyhood, childhood, puberty, adolescence, and adulthood. So understanding the different phases of life can give us better perspective of ourselves and of others as we go through each phase of the life. So we can move to first stage, that is prenatal period. So prenatal development is a process that occurs during the 40 weeks prior to the birth of the child. So what can we say prenatal is? 40 weeks prior to the birth of a child, and is heavily influenced by genetic factors. There are three stages of prenatal development: germinal, embryonic, and fetal. So these three are the important stages of prenatal development. And the prenatal period is one of the most fascinating stage of our development, because it is marked through the beginning, that is birth of a newborn baby. So this prenatal period that starts with the time of conception till the birth of the child. So it is further divided into three substages. These are period of zygote, period of embryo, and period of fetus. So now we can move to each stage. First is period of zygote, that is fertilization to the end of second week. Here a fertilized egg reaches in the uterus and attaches itself to the uterus. And here the cell multiplication begins, and along with that internal organs and circulatory system begins to form, and cell divisions take place, and at the end of 2 weeks the zygote is a size of pinhead and heart begins to beat. And we can also see a small bumps show the beginning of arms and legs. So all these are happening in the period of zygote. And next is period of embryo, that is end of second week to the end of second lunar month. And at the 5th week the embryo is 1/4 inch long, and all the major organs develop, and the placenta and umbilical cord develop in this period of embryo. Placenta is a tissue that connects the sac around the unborn baby to the mother's uterus. And next is umbilical cord. As you all know, it's a tube that connects the baby to the placenta and which brings the baby nourishment and oxygen from mother's blood. So it's the most important development in this period of embryo, that is placenta and umbilical cord. And we can see amniotic fluid that surrounds the baby. It's about the important development in the period of embryo. So next is period of fetus, that is end of the second lunar month to birth. Here the external and internal features continue growth and development. and internal organs assume nearly adult position by the 5th lunar month, and the nerve cells present since the 3rd week, and fetal activity begins in the 2nd and 3rd month. So these are about the 3 substages of prenatal period. Now we can discuss about the hazards throughout the prenatal period. First of all, we can see what are the psychological hazards. Like psychological hazards are serious because their effects tends to be persistent and as a result influence development after birth as well as before birth. And as you know, some traditional beliefs in relation to parental influences, maternal stress, unfavorable attitude on part of important people. All these are some important psychological hazards. Next, we can move to physical hazards. Here, in the period of zygote, there is starvation, lack of uterine preparation, implantation in wrong place. And the period of fetus, miscarriage, prematurity, complication of delivery, and developmental irregularities. And in the period of embryo, here also miscarriages will happen, developmental irregularities will be there. And next important hazard is environmental hazard like pollutants, toxic waste, chemicals and radiation can cause birth defects or adversely affect the developing fetus. And next we can move to the stage of infancy. The age is 0 to 2. Here infancy is the shortest of all development stages and this stage is further subdivided into 2. These are neonatal period which starts with the birth of the child and ends at the 4th week after birth. So the neonatal period which begins with the birth of the child and ends at the 4th week after the birth. And after 4th week to 2 years, the child is called an infant. And the environment changes are drastic and infant needs to make radical adjustments. And there is a slight weight loss during infancy which is also considered as a plateau in the development or stagnation. So it's a peculiarity of the stage of infancy. There we can see a plateau in the development or stagnation. And here the infancy include development in the area of cognition, perception, motor activity, emotion, sociability and language. And also the age period of 1 to 3 is also considered as a toddlerhood. Next we can move to the stage of babyhood. Babyhood is a stage that follows infancy and extends between 2 weeks to 2 years. This babyhood stage is considered as a foundation for the development during the entire lifespan. And during babyhood, rapid physical and intellectual development takes place as evidenced by increasing height, weight and body proportions and increased independence and individuality that mark babyhood. And here socialization and sex role typing also begins in this period. Next we can discuss about the hazards in babyhood. There are several hazards the baby needs to overcome in this period and hazards like physical hazards, psychological hazards and social hazards. And physical hazards range from mortality or crib death due to various illness, accidents or malnutrition. And in the psychological hazards which includes delay in motor or speech development and their subsequent disadvantages also visible and delay in the development hinders like social relation and in turn becomes a threat to emotional development also. And social hazards also will be there are like lack of opportunities and experience to learn to become social. So it's about stage of babyhood. Next we can move to the stage of childhood. Childhood is an age span ranging from birth to adolescence. And this childhood is divided into developmental stage of toddlerhood, that is learning to walk, early childhood, play age, middle childhood, school age and adolescent, that is puberty through post-puberty. And first we can move to early childhood. Early childhood years, that is 3 to 6 years of age, that represent a remarkable period of physical and psychological development. And in this period, when true personality begins, but physical development proceeds at a slower rate. And here, A child become more self-sufficient, acquire language, and become a part of the group, and become more coordinated, and obtain a higher degree of self-control. And we can see development in three areas: social or emotional, physical, and cognitive. And social and emotional development, children learn to identify feeling of self and others, feel empathy, establish relationship, manage and express emotions, take initiatives, and develop self-control. And it's all about social and emotional development of early childhood. And physical development is like gross motor development, that is running, jumping, balancing, climbing, throwing, catching, etc. And next is about cognitive development. Important is brain development, perception, and unidimensional thought, that child cannot multitask, and irreversibility, that child does not realize some process can be undone, and egocentrism, that is inability to think like someone else. It's about cognitive development. And the hazards during early childhood is physical and psychological hazards. Physical hazards, we can see illness, accidents, obesity also. And psychological hazards like speech hazards, social hazards, play hazards, moral hazards, like that. And next we can move to the stage of late childhood, that is 6 to 12 years. And this stage extends from 6 to 12 years, and the period of late childhood ranges from 6 years to the attainment of sexual maturity, that is around 12 to 13 years. And this stage is also called latency period, and which is marked by profound effect on child's personal and social adjustment. And it is also named as elementary school age, and this stage is also known as elementary school age. And this period can be termed as troublesome age and quarrelsome age, and this period also termed as gang or creative or play age, that is age of 6 to 12. And development task of late childhood is learn to get along with age mates, develop the basic skill of reading, writing, mathematics, etc., and develop concept necessary for everyday life, and develop conscience and sense of morality and values, and develop attitude towards social groups and institutions, and learns physical skills necessary for ordinary games, and begins to develop appropriate masculine or feminine social roles. Next is hazards in late childhood. The child is always susceptible to many physical and psychological hazards. Physical hazards like illness, accidents, and children who experience lack of peer acceptance are dissatisfied, leading to personality maladjustments in the later life also. And next we can move to the stage puberty. It is an attainment of sexual maturity when the person becomes capable of reproducing. Here the primary and secondary sexual characteristics are well developed, and hormones, both males and females, are intensely affecting the both physical growth and psychological changes. And here the adolescent experiences heightened emotionality, which include mood swings, period of elation, on loneliness and withdrawal, like that. And adjusting to all these changes and emerging with adult characteristics are the importance in this stage. Now we can move to the stage of adolescence. It's age 12 to 18. Here, achieve new and more mature relations with age mates of both sexes, and they are capable to accept one's physique and using the body effectively. And they achieve emotional independence from parents and other adults, and they prepare for marriage and family life, and they acquire a set of values and ethical systems as guide to their behavior. And we can also see a desire and achieve social responsible behavior among them. And now we can discuss about the development task of adolescents. That is, here they are coming to term with their own body and accept the changes which are happening in their body, and achieving new and more mature relations with age mates of both sexes, and desiring, accepting and achieving socially responsible behavior, and achieving emotional and economic independence, and gaining self-identity. All these are the development tasks of adolescence. Now we can move to hazards in adolescence. Here, the illness rate may be low, but accidents and conflicts are high. suicide rates are high among adolescents, and psychological hazards arise out of inability to make the transition into maturity. Now we can move to stage of adulthood, age from 18 to 45. And here it's a stage where growth is complete and person assumes various responsibilities in the stage, starting around 18 years and it extends till the middle age, which is around 45 years. And during this stage, physical developments are fairly complete and psychological adjustment continue throughout the entire stage. And selection of mate, learn to live with partner, start a family, bring up children, manage one's home, get started in an occupation. All these are the development tasks coming under adulthood. Next is middle age, that is age from 45 to 60. Here, they can assist teenage children in becoming responsible and happy adults, and it is characterized by achievements like professional and personal. And it is also a time when the life is evaluated by introspection, that is, look within. And it is also called emptiness period as children leave home for various purpose. And many observers view that it's a time of stress, often termed as middle age crisis. And also we can see achieve the adult social and civic responsibility and reach and maintain satisfactory performance in one's occupation, and they are cope with retirement and reduced income, and they are adjust to death of spouse, adopt and adapt the social roles in a flexible way, and establish satisfactory physical living arrangements. All these are the development tasks of middle age. Next we can move to old age. Old age is considered as a final stage of normal lifespan, and during this period many physical, social and emotional and behavioral changes will happen, like adjustment to deteriorating health, adjustment to retirement, adjust to the death of spouse, meet social obligations, like that. And there are certain problems of adjustment such as physical and economic dependency, establishing new contacts and interest and activities to occupy increased leisure time. And next we can discuss about hazards in the stage of old age. Physical hazards and psychological hazards. In physical hazards there is illness, obesity, accidents, physical disabilities, awkwardness and homeliness will be there. And in the psychological hazard, speech, emotional, social, sex role typing, family relationships, personality development. All these are the psychological hazards of old age. So it's all about today's session. So dear friends, I hope this session will be helpful for you for your preparation. And in the next video, I would like to share with you the topic theories of personality, psychoanalytic theory of personality, behavioral theories and humanistic theories. So don't miss my next video, and if you have any suggestion regarding this session, please give me a comment. Please do support me, and if you find this channel useful, please refer this channel to your friends also. So see you on next video. Bye.